What's going on, my biker gang? So for my next little fix to my 2010 Triumph Street Triple, I'm going to be heating up with a blowtorch and bending back in place the rear brake pedal here. And this is something I've actually been wanting to do for a while but never got to. This was slightly bent from the previous owner, who had obviously dropped the bike, which caused the metal here to bend. And you can kind of see that it's bent slightly over to the left here, so this needs to be turned just kind of straight, just a little bit, straighten that out. And what I'm going to be doing to do this is heating the dickens up out of the metal here to get it just malleable enough that I can use some pliers and then bend this back. And you guys may have seen some other YouTube videos, but I figured, what the heck, I'm going to show you guys how to do it on my bike. So what you're going to need for the trick is a blowtorch or a propane tank with a blowtorch on the end, and then some aluminum foil to protect the bike, and then a pair of pliers that you'll use to actually grab onto the brake lever and try to bend it back. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to take my blowtorch, put it on there, and heat the dickens out of it until it gets malleable enough so we can move it. So that's gonna be my first step. All right, so the first step here, we're gonna wanna take our aluminum foil, and I'm just folding it over and doubling it up, and then just fashion it kind of around the black part of the engine here, or black part of the frame, I should say, and by the engine and the areas that you're gonna be really focusing on heating it up. Now, I'm gonna be concentrating most of my effort right here around the bend. So this is the area I wanna protect. And just like your mom's casserole, the foil is gonna work to protect us from burning the area around the outside. Okay, now once we have the foil in place, I'm gonna get our torch going. And the key to this is just isolating the area that needs to be bent. For me, it's right here. So you're really gonna wanna isolate that area and just get it coated in some good heat. The area that you're gonna wanna bend needs to be focused on. And I also like to kind of come at it from a few different angles. So now I'm going from the top, just making sure that I'm getting it nice and hot all the way around so I can bend that piece of metal. We've got to make it malleable. All right, now that I've had this thing cooking for a solid 2 minutes or so, again, was focusing on the bottom and the top. Now I'm gonna take my pliers and grab it and just give it a little tug to see if I can get it to move. I wanna move my foil out of the way. And you guys wanna be careful here because you don't wanna touch it, because this thing is hot as the dickens. There we go, it's moving. Let's see if I can go at it this way. Okay, I think that looks pretty straight. Let's have a closer look. Okay, so taking a closer inspection here at the brake lever, I can see that it is now much straighter and perpendicular to my motor. If you remember, it was actually kind of bent this way before. Now it's nice and straight and in line with the rear foot peg. And it should be better now for me to actually be able to get the front of my toe onto that now that it's properly aligned. So heating it up with the blowtorch is a great trick, you guys. Just obviously be careful. Spend a minute or two heating it up, and you can heat it up and then try to see if you can bend it. And if it's still not malleable, you can just keep heating it for a little while longer until it gets malleable, and then just use a nice pair of channel locks to get it to move. And this trick's great because it's gonna save you a bunch of money at the parts store if you ever need to replace this lever. It actually works on the clutch too, the clutch lever. So if any of these levers get bent because you decide to drop your bike or you low side or something, it'll save you $100+ on getting this new lever at the dealer or through one of the OEM parts sites. So I have to say, doing that is pretty simple fix. I've done it on a couple other bikes in the past, so I just wanted to share with you guys how I do it here on my Street Triple. So we're going to call fixing the rear brake pedal complete.